Hi guys, welcome to Nine's Corner. I'm not going to ask you how you're doing because I'm sure, like me, you have a heavy heart. We've recently lost a pioneer of women's rights, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and in Canada we've recently lost a former Prime Minister, John Turner, at 91. And there's a lot of political divide when you read the comments about what people like to say, and that's sad. It's really sad, and just kind of exemplifies where we're to, that even in death things are being politicized. And we're going to do a reading. We're going to look into Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell, and are they going to push and try to get somebody through? Because let's face it, if they feel like they're at the losing end, they want to try to get one last win in. And let's talk about death first. And I know it's a heavy subject, and I can only give you my opinion and my opinion only, but it's one that's based in an unfortunate lot of experience, but then it's not unfortunate because my understanding and my awareness and the value of that has changed my life. I want you to picture each one of us, each individual one of us, as a little sailboat out in the water. And as our life progresses and we come to the end of it, we start moving out towards the horizon. We, the physical spirits that are in the sailboats watching the sailboat leave, we feel that sadness, we feel that loss, we have that wonderment of where do they go. But yet we sit and we watch that sailboat leave until it becomes a pinpoint on the horizon. We don't understand the big picture. But if you could actually see it, you would see that on the other side, there's a group of spiritual people, spiritual beings, waiting in anticipation for your arrival. They see on the horizon this pinpoint, and they watch as their loved one comes into focus, and they're reunited, and their energy is strong. We're all energy. We can't be destroyed. We have no beginning. We have no end. Death gets a bad rap because people look at it as an ending, and it's not. It's just as easy as closing your eyes and opening up and realizing you're just in a different room. The vibration is different. We're brought into this physical world to have a physical experience. And with that comes the limitations and the obstacles of holding on to a physical world and a physical body. And our illnesses and our mental and everything else can hold us back. And when we get to a certain point, our energy, no matter how strong our vibration and energy can be, is held down, held back because of our physical bodies. And that's what happened to Ruth Ginsburg. What she could do outside of her physical body in the spirit form is so much more than she could ever do in her physical sick body as it was. She now has the ability and she is the energy that will flow to others. She had a wish that they do not replace her before her death. I don't think that Donald Trump or any of his party will respect that. But I can guarantee you that in death, she can do more than she could in her frail life. And that's why death is not something that we should be scared of or fearful of. It's just another part of the journey. Let's get to the first question. What will Donald Trump and his administration do? Will they try to replace Ruth Ginsburg immediately? What's going to be the situation? Right off the bat, we've got the Ten of Cups. So they are definitely trying to figure out how can they use this to their advantage. How can they use this to get a bigger chunk of their base behind them? Crossing it, it's time. They want to do this quickly. They are going to be pushing for it. And what's going against them is time, because they are running out of time. Interesting. Underneath it all, we have the Nine of Swords. But it's upside down. So it's almost like they have been stressing and worrying because they've been feeling like they're losing their connection with their party or with their people that support them But it's almost like they were saying, aha, look, this could be an answer to our prayers in a way, that they could cause a surge of like, look what we can do. We're going to put another Republican leaning person into this Superior Court, so vote for me. On top of it, Six of Pentacles, 100%. They're going to make the most out of this to try to push their agenda to get support from their base. In the past, we have Strength. So here we are. A lot of this is basically they've had the go-ahead to be able to put people in. They've had the right timing to get people in. This also kind of makes me wonder that because they have the Strength card, that this could be something that in the future, the decisions that have been made about the Supreme Court might have some legal issues or some views looking into it. Future, we have Death. So this is upside down. So it's almost like a plan coming to fruition. It's like they're going to move to a new phase of how to do something. So yes, they are going to definitely be pushing for a new Supreme Court justice as quickly as possible. They're not going to have the support for it that they think that they will. I think there's going to be a lot of pushback, even to the point where people will hit the streets. People will actually get out on the streets to fight this. People are just kind of saying to themselves, you know, when are we going to be the ones that are in favor? People, the general public, are waiting for, is literally waiting for somebody to come in and help literally waiting for somebody to come in and save the day. Like they're just waiting for their ships to come in. There's got to be somebody who can do better than what's actually happening at this point. And there's almost like a feeling of misunderstandings. Like it's almost like people are going to be confused because at one point Mitch McConnell was saying, you know, the last year you can't do anything, and then it's going to be this year, yes, we got to do it, even, you know, it takes, you know, 90 days or 70 days to get a Supreme Justice in. Well, we can do it in 30. It's going to be like there's going to be a confusion put out there to the people. They're going to see the insincerity, and it's going to make those who are against to feel even stronger against, and those who are for to really put on the blinders to keep following. It's very strange. So their worry is that the Democrats and the people that will be against it will actually push and receive their delay. They're worried about how it's going to look if they push for this. And it's almost like, do we just kind of say, well, we're done anyway, so let's just go for what we can? Or do we still have a chance, so let's be careful about the optics? It's sort of like it's both ways. The outcome is the Four of Pentacles, so there's going to be a holding on. I just don't know if this is a holding on that the Republicans will get yet one more and hold on to their power, or is this the Democrats holding on to Ruth's wish to not be replaced until the new president gets in. So let's just ask, will they replace her? Yes or no? Because the want and the need and everything is there, and they see it as a strategic way of building up their base. We've got the Empress upside down, so no. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to try to push it quick. I think Donald Trump's going to do his theatrics, and they're all going to be looking like the fools that they are. But I think at the end of the day, we've got the Empress reversed. So she's not looking to be generous. So I think that women will literally go to the streets, and women are going to be the ones that are just going to say, no, not this time. We're not going to allow this. So I think, yes, the Republicans are going to try to do it, But I think that the Democrats and women in particular will push back. Our next question, let's have a look and see what the week will bring for Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Although I'm sure we could pretty much guess what Donald Trump and his party are going to be up to. But let's see how the week looks for Joe Biden. And we'll still look into Donald Trump's week and see if there's any new information. Sorry, I had to attend to the cats. So, back to the reading and Biden. So the overall feeling for the reading is the moon. So here we've got some fears, some changes, and fear of changes. Let's have a look into the week. First card out, we have the World. So there's going to be a need and a want for him to speak out, to be the one that brings people together in this time of division. So there's definitely going to be a want for him to speak out. And I'm worried because this can also mean closing a door. And there's something happening here this week, or starting this week, and will, become more as the weeks go on. Because here we have delay. Here we have disappointment. Then we have procrastination. Then we have sentimental, like about the past. Then we've got the ruthless Queen of Swords. I'm not liking these cards very much because although I do feel that he's going to have the world's attention, he's going to be able to, be that leader and that speaker who brings people together, there's something going on this week behind the scenes that's going to cause a delay, a disappointment, and it could be something to deal with his past, but there's definitely a legality about it. There's a ruthlessness. So I'm worried that there's going to be some kind of attack on Joe Biden this week. And I don't mean by, a physical attack. I mean by Donald Trump and his party, that they're going to unleash something on him this week. There's something that's brewing that's going to cause disappointment, delay, procrastination, something to deal with in the past, and it's going to have a legality, something that's going to be almost like they're going to attack with a really sharp tongue. So, okay, let's see what Donald Trump's week brings. Let's see, what does Donald Trump's week bring? What does Donald Trump's week bring? I can hear my cat outside. We're going through the adjustment time now where she wants to be the mama and then she starts to get like, So, Donald Trump's week. Interesting. As he's overall, we got the World. So, and I got the World as Joe Biden's first card out. Interesting. So the overall feeling is going to be him wanting to be the one that people turn to listen to bring people together. But this is for selfish reasons. He wants to bring together his party, his supporters. Then we've got the King of Wands. So there's almost like there's a want here to prejudice whatever the situation is. So I got a feeling that this has to do with Donald Trump's actions towards Biden, because this is to show when you're the King of Wands, you're mostly like a person of honor, a person of compassion, a person who gets things done. But when you're reverse, you're somebody who goes against others. So there's some element to deal with Donald Trump this week. There's an opportunity We've got the Page of Cups, so there's going to be an information coming out that there's going to be some kind of information, probably to deal with Joe Biden or the Democratic Party, but more specifically towards Joe Biden. That's going to enforce a delay. So again, here we've got delay showing up for Donald Trump. He's looking at what he can do, not at what he can't do. So again, here we've got Teflon Don. Rather than looking at things and seeing it with regret, he's looking at what's still standing and what can I take advantage of. And we got the Fool, so it's almost like he's just going to go forth and do as he thinks he should do, and just believe full-heartedly that people will follow him no matter what. Interesting. And it's interesting how these weeks, how their weeks have intertwined within one another. What message does the universe have for you this week? Would you like card 1, card 2, or card 3? You chose number 1. You got the 3 of Wands. This is all about all your planning, all that you have done up to this point. Now it's time to change it from a plan, a thought, into action, and your action will be rewarded by success. So think outside the box. Think about how you can do things differently than you've always done them. Maybe find new ways, new avenues, new adventures. Look at obstacles as opportunities and find new ways to do things, because once you put your plans in action, you will be rewarded with success. And they'll turn out better than expected. Go for it. If you chose number 2, you got the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about following your heart. It's all about thinking about your family, friends, your home, those things that make you happy and bring you joy. Think about and put those things first. It's a time that you can trust your instincts, your little psychic abilities, and you may get messages, whether it be through a song, through a dream. It could be a friend calling you and saying something that gives you an idea. It's all about following your instinct, knowing that how you think and feel is the right thing. You chose number 3. If you chose number 3, you got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is saying, get out of your feelings and get into your thoughts. There's things that you have let go and have not been keeping attention to, i.e. career, money, things, foundations, your home, things of that nature. So the Queen of Swords is saying, take a moment. You already know how to do everything. You know exactly what you want, but now it's time to get to the doing of it. You got to take yourself out of your feelings and focus on the mundane things of life that need to be done, because if you don't, you're going to be creating a lot of issues for yourself in the future. And this is also letting you know that sometimes when we're going through life, it's important to say what's on your mind, but sometimes your tongue can be cutting. So be very careful how you speak to people this week, because your words may be harsh and you may cut somebody out of your life that you don't intend, and that can cause you some stress and worry. So it's sort of like a twofold this week. So my dear spiritual friends having a physical experience here with me today, I thank you as always for your time and our candle lit for each and every one of us. Until we see each other again, cheerio.